So you're always rolling the dice a little bit when you forage. There are certain things you can look for with the weather and the areas that you're at. We'll go right over here. That are going to make it more likely that you'll find something. But there's always that element of chance, kind of like with fishing and hunting or anything else in nature. So I'm gonna go ahead and get down right here. Notice I've got my hiking boots on. I've got this bucket right here with some holes in it. Ideally, like a burlap sack or something with holes even in the bottom is nice for mushrooms in particular, because then you can spread the spores, seeds, anything like that. I've got a pocket knife back here in case I need to actually cut anything off physically. So I'm thinking there's some water right here. I'm actually gonna go right over here. You've always got, you're going off the beaten trail when you're foraging a lot of times. So, you know, you're gonna get a little bit more in the thick of it than you do on normal hiking. So a lot of those rules, like you'll see I'm wearing a bandana right now. That is to, since I'm going around and all this stuff, protect my scalp from bugs or ticks or anything falling on my head, little debris stuff. As we go into right here, we'll see this is actually one that is not edible, but has some relatives that are. What we have right here, you can see how it's kind of gelatinous. This is called pale jelly roll. So this is one of those things where regions are important, because there is a pale gelatinous mushroom like this that grows in China that is traditionally used in their medicine for centuries for longevity. However, our American look-alike over here is inedible. We do have edible varieties of jelly. One thing when you're starting out that you'll begin to notice is there's different families of mushrooms. We've actually got a couple families around here, so I can kind of break them down. But you'll see that there's a lot of jellies, so you're going to have lots of different colors of jellies. Some are edible, some are inedible. None that I know of are really toxic, but you know, don't quote me on that. There's a lot of mushrooms in the world. You'll see that these ones go directly off of this old hardwood. Here is a bigger, more mature version for it. So there's a relative of this one called witch's butter that is edible. And I have made almost like an alternative to gummy bears with them before, the witch's butter, where you can kind of put them in like a simple syrup and dehydrate them a little bit, and they've got like the exact consistency of like a gummy or something like that. So that's a little fun snack you can do. And likely, since this log has this on here, it will be coming back year after year, unless for some reason it was to all be taken before it was able to have its spores released. Then the cool thing about mushrooms and the science with it is there's so many things that they have not discovered yet, and mushrooms that have not been studied yet. Same thing for plants, that there are a lot of things that just might not be, we might not know they're edible, or they might need to be prepared a certain way that we haven't figured out, or there might be medicinal benefits that haven't yet been researched. There's a lot of science and research going into some certain types of mushrooms right now, but who knows, 10 years in the future we might have a whole new set that we've been looking over that we just didn't realize had these amazing properties that we just haven't been able to use yet.